Daredevil fans, comic geeks, and all the nerds in between. My name is Megan, and I'm here to talk about the newest episode and the finale of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I have broken down every episode, I have given you all my thoughts and all my theories, and today is no different. So going into this episode, I knew it would be a banger, and it absolutely was. I think like 20 minutes in, I was already telling people on threads, this is the best episode, and it was. So what happens in the episode? Matt shows up late to court because Jessica's fixing his leg after he got it shot, and my queen says, you never tried childbirth, and that's why we love her. Something small to note that I'm actually really surprised did not get brought up much in this episode, besides this one moment, was that Fisk knows Daniel is dead, and he didn't do anything. He just accepted it. So, all right, cool. Then we move on to Stupid Heather. Stupid Heather in court. Heather did in fact write her book about vigilantes. I guess I just didn't realize that, or it's never been said before. I don't know which one. I tend to tune her out. She's awful. She's the worst. What's really cool is that Heather was called out for hitting Karen, which she absolutely said did not happen. And it's like, Heather, everyone knows you're trash. Just admit to it. No one will be surprised. But they start reading pages from her vigilante book, and Matt has an argument. Matt says Karen isn't vigilante because she didn't have a mask. But like, didn't she though? Like, she did hide behind wigs, face makeup, and all that, so wouldn't that be her alter ego? Either way, I think she should keep the looks. The redhead was my favorite. So Fisk is called to the stand, which I did not see coming, and his task force joins the court, which was, I don't really know what that was supposed to do. Intimidate Matt Murdock or be supportive of Fisk? I don't know, but it looked like Fisk was nervous at that point, so I really don't know what that was for. But if you do know, let me know in the comments, because my mind is still reeling from all of this. What I do want to say is that this whole scene with Matt Murdock questioning Fisk, going bar for bar, he is showing the actual lawyering that I love from Matt Murdock. This was like we haven't seen this good of lawyering since the Netflix series. And I think they brought it back and hit it harder than they ever have before. It was incredible. But moving on. The task force, they have someone dressed as Bullseye. But Bullseye, it is not Bullseye. It is a fake Bullseye. And the real Bullseye shows up and takes him out and calls him a poser. And that's why we love Bullseye. So while all this is happening, Fisk knows his goose is cooked. So while Matt Murdock is in the judge's chambers, Fisk mutters to Matt that he's going to snitch on him. He is going to do it. And Matt is all for it. And we find out why. Matt has a whole plan about all of this. And what starts as just questioning turns into Christoffy's testimony being played in court. So everyone can see that it was actually Kingpin that gave the go-ahead to take down the port and the boat, the ship. I don't know. But so that's all out in the air, and that's enough to get Kingpin arrested. But he doesn't get arrested. Kingpin is pissed. Jessica Jones walks in with the governor that Fisk tried to kill. Fisk crashes out. He says that what's going on in his port, what's going in it, what's going out of it is none of Matt Murdock's business because it's above his pay grade. Well, you're not wrong, because Matt has actually not gotten to work, Fisk, so thank you for being technically right. Now, this is where everything gets wild. I didn't think he'd do it. I thought it would be Kingpin that did it. And Matt tells the whole court, because they said there's no witnesses that can prove what happened on that port. But Matt says, yes, there is. There is a witness. His name is Daredevil, and he's also me. My name is Daredevil. And everyone's like, the blind guy? And then Matt does a little flippy-doo with his thing, and he proves to them that he is Daredevil. I want to say that one point here, Jessica Jones looks so proud. Because if you'll remember, Jessica Jones from season 1 of her show has said, I'm not hiding. And now Matt is on her level. This is when we were 20 minutes in, and I said this was the best episode yet. And boy, did I not know what I was in for. So because of all of this, because Matt told the world who he was, Karen is free to go. And Fisk has charges filed against him. And he is screwed. Anyone else would have been arrested. Anyone else would have been locked up immediately. But anyways, so there is a secret plan that no one knows about. And it's that Fisk has someone dressed as Bullseye set up outside of the courthouse to shoot Matt Murdock when he comes out. But what Fisk doesn't know is that Bullseye's already been taken down by the real Bullseye. So Buck gets shot, man down, and I thought Buck was done there, but no, he's not. He's still living life, and Heather is there tending to his wounds because she is the worst. They're all hauled up in City Hall or the courthouse, wherever this is. They're all hauled up there. They cannot leave safely. Fisk is on his side. Daredevil and Co. are on their side. And Jessica, my girl Jessica, the classic Jessica Jones, finds alcohol in the desk. I didn't see anyone bring this up, and I feel like it's an important thing to look at. So, Fisk goes live to the city to warn everyone that the protesters are coming. He says that he will stand and fight, and he is trying to start a war. He didn't say that, but it's implied. But that's cut off because BB goes live, and she says it's our city, not his. My girl BB made her grand entrance in the most beautiful of ways, and I love it. But the city suits up in Daredevil colors. A war has begun. Fisk says that Karen and Matt cannot leave this building alive. He says it to his task force. So he's really he's just trying to kill them both. I just don't feel like that would be very satisfactory if I was Fisk. Like, I would want to take them down myself. But whatever. The police have taken the side of the citizens that are donned in Daredevil suits. Cherry is back with Brett Mahoney, and they try to tell the task force to stand down. Angela makes an appearance, and our girl Angela gets justice for her uncle Hector, who was the White Tiger before Angela took the mantle. Turns out Cole North did not know that Officer Powell was lying because Officer Powell told him that Hector was a police killer. And Cole North handled him very well, and he lets the protesters into the courthouse. This was a turnaround on a character arc I did not see coming, and I love it. It was perfect. So, the AG says that Fisk can resign and leave New York, but he won't be prosecuted. But does Fisk take that? Absolutely not. Fisk starts a fight everyone that gets in his way. He is completely unleashed, bodying anyone that gets in his way. And I'm going to live on this high for weeks. This was amazing. And also, we get one of those classic, amazing Daredevil hallway scenes. We love a Daredevil hallway scene. It is iconic. So, everyone's fighting for their way to get to Kingpin, to get out of Kingpin's way, to kind of come together so they can all take him down. And Fisk is taking people out left and right, even when he is on the balcony and he is overlooking a sea of red people hating him. He takes them all out. No matter what he has to do, he is going to survive that, and he knows it. But what's crazy is Matt Murdock, Daredevil, makes his way up to that balcony. He talks him down. He says, just take the deal, just stop, it's over for both of us, it's done. And in a very strange way, he does back down. Fisk is done. He even says, excuse me, but I won't shake your hand. So that was weird. But what I do like about that is that I think Marvel is learning that you don't have to kill off any villains. Like, you still have Bullseye around, you still have Kingpin around. For a long time, Marvel was making their villains one and done, which for some characters, sure. But for a street level hero, his villains are always there. Like, look at Spider-Man. His heroes are somewhere in the background. He runs into them everywhere. They have to keep the momentum going. They have to, well, no, that doesn't make sense. Not the momentum going, but they have to keep that looming threat there. Or what are they going to do? But they also did say in the next season, Vincent D'Onofrio said that they're pulling away from Kingpin. We have seen leaked pictures of Kingpin on set, but it's like, if they're not fighting them, who are they fighting? Is it the Hand? I don't know. I have a theory about that. So, it's all said and done. Matt gets arrested for assault, for Daredevil crimes, of course. Now, this is part I didn't see coming, and I'm still not okay. Luke Cage shows up and sees Danielle and Jessica. Alias investigations, that's where they're at. Luke comes in, hugs Danielle. Jessica asks if he's done, and she is delighted when he says he is done with that job, and they hug. She shuts the door, and it's in Alias investigations, and we're getting somewhere with this, and I am not okay. I am just, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. BB gets her uncle's newspaper. She is now working at the same newspaper that her uncle Ben Urich worked at and Karen Page worked at, so her life is going places. But something about this to think about is that she completes the fight that her uncle died fighting, and I think that's beautiful. Moving on to Heather, who has the Muse mask. Heather's still dumb. If you haven't seen the leaked pictures, Heather is going to be the female Muse. Now, I know I've seen a lot of people say, oh, they made Muse into a girl. This is actually comic accurate. If you check out Daredevil Unleashed, it's a red band. It's by Erica Schultz. Absolutely check it out. A girl is possessed by Muse. So she becomes Muse. So it's not that they're saying, oh, we'll just keep it going and just make it a girl now. It's comic accurate. It's a damn good run. You should absolutely check it out. So, moving on to Fisk. Fisk is on a beach, and this is a really, really, really good time to bring in Typhoid Mary. If you'll remember in the comics, when he realized he did way too much in New York when he was mayor, he dipped then too. But he was with Typhoid Mary. So I'm just saying it makes sense. Of course, we can't forget about Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles has Bullseye working for him now, so I'm very excited to see where that goes. All in all, this was a master class of acting and understanding the characters. There were parts in this episode where I was like, that's the comic accurate Kingpin. That's who I have read for years and years. And that's saying something because Vincent D'Onofrio has done a beautiful job, 10 out of 10, no notes. And still somehow he gets better. It's absolute insanity how good these actors are, how well they did in the show. They did such a beautiful job. And I am so bummed that the show is over. I love this show so much. It's so good. It's just so good. And I think we can all just put the Netflix comparisons to rest now, please. We got to stop doing that, guys. You're doing the show no favors. You're doing your own experience with the show no favors. It is a fantastic show through and through, and I am obsessed. I did mention I had a theory. I feel like I've mentioned it before, but I don't know. Now that Vanessa's dead, R.I.P. I guess, who are they going to be fighting in the next season? I think it's going to be the Hand. If you'll remember, in one of my episodes, it was a character breakdown of Vanessa Fisk in the comics. She does get brought back to life because she is brought back by the Hand, but it's not because they're being nice or they like Fisk. She's actually brought back to fight Fisk. So Fisk has to prove that he's worthy of being in charge of the Hand. That could very well work. I could see that working. I could also see Typhoid Mary being brought in. I mean, they did do Typhoid Mary in the last season of Iron Fist, which was... It was a season that happened. It certainly did happen. But why can't we just bring her back? She's such a good character. I liked the grounded version of her, but I would also really like to see a more unhinged, crazy version of her, which I think would work really, really well because Fisk has only had Vanessa. He needs something crazy. And I think Mary is the way to go. So I know this breakdown, review, and thoughts and theories and all that stuff. I know this episode is longer than the others, but so much happened, and I really wanted to talk about it all. I know I'm going to go to bed and say, I should have said that. Kind of like George Costanza and Seinfeld. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. But I can't think of anything else to say right now. R.I.P. Daniel. So to everyone that said, oh, he's not dead. Buck shot next to his head. This is awkward because homeboy is dead. He is dead. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of the show. Like I said, I'm so bummed it's over. I really liked doing these reviews with you guys. So also, thanks for watching. I know this is a long one and it's pretty late at night, so I hope you enjoy this. With that being said, be sure to like and subscribe and have a marvelous day.